Forgot to add myself to the stage. It is once again Wednesday afternoon in sunny west coast of Florida. And that means no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, it is time for Wednesday Afternoon Live with me, SaleenDriver, host of the longest running Wednesday afternoon live stream in all of YouTube that I'm aware of. Host of the show that endeavors week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, that we are the definitive show about nothing in particular. And we're going to probably do that again. We often do. Well, we always do, actually. Nobody was in early that I could see. Let me switch this over. No, nobody was in early. Sven was the first person in the chat box. Hail steak. Congratulations to Sven. His Mississippi State Bulldogs won their first game of the year. That is really, really good, I must say. Matt Dumit, good to see you, sir. Robert, good to see you. Stingray, haven't seen Stingray in a while. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, maybe the last one, maybe not. You never know. It was an interesting first week of the college football season. The good news for me was my Gators won, as expected. A 55-0 blowout of something called Long Island University. I don't know what Long Island University is famous for, but they exist, evidently. And they showed up in Gainesville for their whooping, for which I'm sure they were handsomely paid. And then they skulked back to Long Island to do whatever it is they're going to do in Long Island. I don't know. I've never been to Long Island. There is a watch company in Long Island, interestingly called Long Island Watches, unsponsored mention. They have a very good YouTube channel. The owner of the place, Mark, does a series of videos called Watch and Learn, which taught me a lot about watches. And he also sells watches from various brands, including his own brand, the Island Watch, which I've owned several. I've also recommended Island Watch to Battle Angel as a place to buy watches for her guy. You might know him as the Uncle Lou. And he does sport a couple of those watches every once in a while he's doing various things. I've also noticed Uncle Lou has decided to go with a bald look. I wonder if that's on purpose or not. I keep meaning to ask him, but I never see him. And I don't think he wants to talk about it anyway. But maybe he's done that by choice. I don't know. Unfortunately, Florida State won their game. They beat something called Alabama. Rather handily, it appeared. Didn't look like Florida State was ever any real danger of losing. But unfortunately, Florida State won their game. And unfortunately, Miami won their game against something called Notre Dame, although that was a close game. Although you could argue, from one perspective, that seeing, and also University of South Florida won their game. And I believe Central Florida won their game. I got to look that up. Hang on a minute. UCF schedule. Did they win their game? Yeah, they beat Jacksonville State. Okay, good. So all 5 of the major, well, UCF and USF, kind of stretching the definition of major. Hey, Ramajam and Taylor, good to see you, sir. Get to you in a minute. But Florida, Florida State, Miami, USF, UCF all won their games. So one could argue from a certain perspective that the major Florida programs did pretty well. And that's a good thing, you know, showing the supremacy of the state of Florida in football, among other things. So that's nice, I guess. Although I always enjoy seeing Florida State lose. It certainly makes the Florida USF game this Saturday at 4:15 from the Swamp. It does make that game a bit more interesting now, since USF handily blew out arguably the best program in the group of 5, Boise State. I mean, just wrecked them, 34-7, I believe the score was. Now, admittedly, it was in Tampa, and maybe the Goises from Boise. That's an inside joke in my family. Maybe the Broncos weren't able to handle the humidity of Tampa so good, and maybe if they were playing on the Smurf turf in the middle of Idaho, maybe the outcome would have been different. I don't know. Last time I looked, Florida was favored by 17.5 to beat USF in the Swamp. And I guess we'll find out at when they kick the ball off at about 4:15 Eastern time on Saturday. I'll watch. I'll be amused. Although, you know, I'm going to enjoy the victories that occur for my Gators, because I don't think there are going to be very many after this Saturday. I certainly don't think Florida can beat Texas. I don't think Florida can beat Georgia. I don't think Florida can beat LSU or Old Miss on the road. So that's 4 losses right there. And now all of a sudden, the Florida State looks like they have a pulse. Maybe that Florida State game at the end of the year might be interesting. I don't know. If I could predict the future, I would be in Vegas right now at the blackjack table. But that's me. Now maybe Ramajamma Taylor can explain to me, as a Florida fan, why I gave your Gumps one job, Taylor. You had one job. Beat the criminals. Beat Free Shoes U. Beat Forced Sex University. And you couldn't fucking do it. I am so mad at Alabama right now. You guys just have no idea. I am just so pissed off at Alabama that they couldn't do one simple job. You know, I ask for so little in this life. I really, really do. I mean, I think the biggest thing I ever asked out of life is that both my children be born healthy and grew up to be healthy, strong young women. And I got my wish on that. I asked for so little else in life. Is it too much to ask that Florida State lose every fucking game. I mean, I'm not asking for the world. I'm not asking for $1 billion in gold bullion to be backed up and dumped into my garage. I'm just asking for the criminals to lose. Ah, it makes me mad. Makes me mad. It makes me mad. Yeah. Well, I suspect right around now in Tuscaloosa, people are looking at the at the contract that DeWard signed and trying to figure out ways to get him out of that contract. They definitely are having a case of buyer's remorse in Tuscaloosa. Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. What else is going on? Let's see. For those of you who enjoy it, NASCAR is now in their playoff season. First race is already in the books. 9 more to go, and then this season can be over. My guy, Kyle Busch, is not in the playoffs again because while he is the greatest driver in the history of NASCAR, and I don't want to hear about somebody called the King. The King is dead. Long live Kyle Busch. Steve Pearson, good afternoon to you, sir. My boy is not in the playoffs because he drives for a shit team. And I guarantee you at this point, he's just drawing paychecks and waiting for his contract to run out so he can then retire, reconstitute Kyle Busch Motorsports, and get his son Brexton started in getting up through the NASCAR rankings like he said he would. But watching my man Kyle drive around in a piece of shit Chevy and run mid-pack or worse week in and week out just does nothing for my love of the sport of auto racing. So there's that. Hockey hasn't started yet. I don't know, when does hockey start? Hang on, let me look that up. When does the NHL start? Let's see. Looks like the NHL doesn't start until September 20th. Well, that's preseason. Okay, well, we got about 2 weeks before the NHL starts up. And I'm hoping that the Boston Bruins can do something a little more this year than just skate around and look stupid and get dominated by teams that they should normally be pounding into donkey dust. But that's just me. Let's get the link dropped. See who wants to come in. I'm sure Sven will jump in if he hasn't already fallen asleep. Raj. Ooh. Raj again. Ooh. But what about you guys? What did you enjoy in week 1 of the college football season? And what did you not enjoy? Please chime in. There's my favorite German.
There's my favorite Gator.
Yeah, that's me.
Damn, we are down bad, my friend.
Who?
We are down bad. Saleen
Who's
and Sven
we?
are the old mans. Saleen and Sven.
Why am I down bad? Wait a minute. I feel
I
pretty
tell
good.
you why. I tell you why. Give me a minute. Vic
All
beat
right.
our ass in the pick'em last week. Vic beat us. Little Vic. Little Vic too.
Hey.
Beat our asses.
Oh, well, I didn't even write any of that shit down. I didn't.
I did
Oh, how'd I do?
the same as I did. We had 3 wins and Vic had 4 wins.
Oh, well, that's not beating our ass. I mean, I think 3 wins for you and me and 6 for him. That's beating us.
Yeah. By the
badly.
way, we all had Florida State complete wrong,
Yep.
and the Clemson game complete wrong.
Who Clemson play?
LSU,
LSU. That's what.
and LSU
Yeah,
won.
I really didn't think LSU would roll into Clemson's house and beat them. I thought the game would be close, but I didn't think
Yeah.
Clemson would sit there and look like they'd never seen a football before.
What I didn't expect was that LSU shows up with a top 5 defense. And this
Yeah, that's
defense
going to
from
make
LSU
the Florida game even worse.
That was nasty. This was nasty stuff. And the same with Miami. As bad as Florida fan for you, it sounds, Miami will go places with this defense and Carson Beck.
Yeah,
And they have a real nice O-line.
well, I did not expect Florida to beat either of those 2 teams. So
Yeah,
it doesn't.
I mean, me neither.
Yeah.
But what we learned this week is the wrong guy got the Heisman Trophy.
Well, who got it last year?
Travis Hunter from Colorado.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
So, and the most valuable player on the planet in college last year was Ashton Gentry from Boise State. He ran for 2,600 yards and won them 10 out of 10 games they won, or 11 out of 11 games they played. And he is gone.
Well, the problem with Boise State is Boise State is overrated. They just got their asses handed to them by a mediocre South Florida team.
I saw this game live, and I mean, USF has a nice quarterback, but they didn't look like a serious contender for the playoff spot, USF or something like that. They were a good G5 team. That's what USF is. They can bring an upset. They can beat shitty teams like Mississippi State or a Kentucky or Purdue, but they will not beat any team with a little bit of defense.
Yeah, but they just manhandled arguably was supposed to be the best team in the group of 5.
Yeah, and the talking heads got it wrong. Boise State is nowhere near the best team in G5. Nowhere near. They are not even top 10. They will lose at least 5 games. If they can't beat USF, there's no way
they just lost to them.
Yeah, they didn't lose. They got blown out. They got manhandled by 5 touchdowns, near 4 touchdowns.
Yeah,
I mean, they will not beat Dan Mullen and UNLV. They will not beat Colorado State, and they will not beat San Jose State. Just forget it. Their quarterback from Boise State is an absolute trash can. I mean, he is bad. He's really bad. And Ashton Gentry,
and that's just going to make. And I love the man to death. I really do. I think he's an incredibly talented man and all that. But that's just going to make Lou even more difficult to deal with if Lou and LV, as he calls them, goes to the playoffs.
What?
He's just gonna be impossible to live with.
What? Lou is 20 years younger as we.
Yeah, I know that.
So, or 15 years. So
15.
we should be able to handle a young man.
And I just, but I'm every video he posts, I'm throwing up the hashtag hypocrisy or hypocrite.
I mean,
because
you know
he
what?
clowned Dan Mullen for years, and now all of a sudden Dan Mullen is man. It's like,
I mean,
if that isn't the solid definition of hypocrisy, I don't know what is.
You know what?
Hello to the Battle Angel.
You know what?
Everyone's favorite lady.
Lou is a nice guy. So, and he has certain characters in sports he always picks on. Like 5-6 years ago, before Hyper was there, Pruitt and Butch Jones, Dan Mullen.
Yeah.
So,
but now, and I know that because I've been watching him for 10 years. But all of a sudden, Dan Mullen can do no wrong.
So, it is his spell, and I can live with that. So, and he tells me every time I see him, Mississippi State is shit, and I tell him, yes, you are right. And so will be UGA maybe in 20 years. And I will be right.
All I'm saying is he clowns Mullen mercilessly for 4 or 5 years, and now Mullen is a hero. I said, Mullen, you know what? If I made that kind of 180-degree switcheroo in my life, my neck would suffer from whiplash. I mean, BA, hang on, man. I got to ask BA quick. BA, can you pipe in and tell me, is Lou doing the bald thing? Is that voluntarily, or is that because he's actually going bald? I'm just curious. I think it looks good on him, but I was wondering, I mean, he always had a little bit of hair up there, but did he just decide to go bald, or is he, what's going on? And who's shaving his head? Are you shaving his head, or is he doing it himself? I am curious. These are the things that I get curious about. I can't explain it.
And
anyway,
and Lou is an entertainer in the first place.
Yes, Lou is a great entertainer. Yes.
He's a college football fan, a Georgia fan, and an entertainer. And we are all entertained by his shit, if we like it or not. But he entertains us. Okay,
so BA confirms that he's shaving his head himself. Okay. I was just curious. These are the things that I get curious about sometimes.
But I guess the advice came with the noodlewood.
Yeah. He has a head shaver. Did he get that from Manscaped, or is he going to do a new sponsorship based on the head shaver? Also, for those of you who care, which is literally only me, I'm sure, Harvard's first game is on the 20th. So I'll be that. And I've made no secret about Harvard is my second team and has been for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see if Harvard can go out there and win the Ivy League.
I mean, Harvard was shitty for the past years. Do you think they can win?
No, they've been doing all right for the past few years. They let, is it Princeton or is it Penn? Is Princeton hang around too long in the race for the Ivy League championship?
Mm-hmm.
So they got to put them away early. Mm-hmm. But their first game is actually a non-conference game, Raj. A non-con game against Stetson, and it's actually it's at Stetson, which I believe is here in Florida.
Stetson has a really good baseball team, but I don't know about football. But Stetson has a really good baseball program.
Yeah, Stetson's not a football school; they're a baseball school.
Yeah, they have a really good baseball team.
Amazon head shaver. Okay. Thank you, BA. I knew you could clear that up for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and to Dan Mullen, I mean, back to Mullen, I mean, Mullen's first head coaching job was Mississippi State. The first year it was shitty as expected. He won 5 games. So, and after that, every year he won at least 7 games. So, and in 2014, Dak and Josh and Wilson, we had a good team, a really good defense with 3 NFL guys, first round NFL guys in Day and Chris Jones. So I mean, Chris Jones is a 3-time Super Bowl winner now. You know? So I mean, he had a good team and went to number 1, got his ass kicked by Alabama. So and then he took the money job at Florida, won 33 games. So his worst recruiting class was 12th at Florida. So the legend that he can't recruit is nonsense. He had 2 top 10 classes, and his worst class was 12th. And I mean, 12th in recruiting is not that bad.
Yeah, but when you're out recruited in your own state by Florida State and Miami,
I mean,
that's not a good look.
Yeah, I mean, Billy Napier's best class is 13th, best class.
Napier is a clown.
So
and I hope he gets fired.
And Dan Mullen is a 10,000 times better head coach as Sunbelt Billy ever will be.
Well,
So,
I'm hoping that this is Sunbelt Billy's last year.
It will be.
I hope so.
I mean, Legway had 82% completion against the Land Sharks of was it Staten Island or Rhode Island, something like that.
Long Island University.
Yeah, Long Island, something like that. So, and all he got was 120 yards. So there was no defense from Long Island, and the first team they see with a real defense is in 3 weeks, and they will destroy Legway. They will eat them alive, and that's LSU. When you saw what LSU did to Clemson,
Florida's offensive line was supposed to be a pretty good unit this year, but we'll see what happens. But Florida's not winning the game against LSU. I mean, they're going in there, as for a slaughter. It's just not going to be a very good game.
I don't hope it for the kid, but what I think is Perkins or some of these nasty DBs will cut Legway in 2 pieces. They will chop his head off.
Yeah, we'll see. I just hope it'll be within 2 scores. That would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, we play Arizona State this week. If we play like against Southern Miss, we will lose by 50, 60, maybe.
You beat Southern Miss.
Yeah. And Southern Miss was a 1-11 Sunbelt team. They won 1 game. They had 65 transfers. 65. They are in rebuild year 1. The worst Sunbelt team there was last year. And we beat them by 17 points.
A win is a win.
We had 14 penalties. 11 of them are pre-snap penalties. This is awful for 109 yards. Mississippi State stinks. We are bad. We are down really bad. Well, I mean, Arizona State was also not good last weekend. They beat North Arizona and allowed 20 points from North Arizona State or whatever this was. So, but I mean, we are nowhere near Arizona State level. And I want to beat the Warthogs week 5. I mean, we can lose to Georgia by 100. We can lose to Florida by 100. I want to beat the Vols week 5 at home. So, and if we through a wonder beat Arizona State, then we are coming to Tennessee week 5 with a 4-0 record. And that would be nice. But I doubt it. I don't think it's going to happen. Mississippi State, we made little steps. We have really, really good running backs, maybe a top 3 running back room in the SEC. 2 really, really good running backs. We have a bad defense, and we have a questionable O-line. And our left guard is a bomb. It's an absolute super bomb.
Well, so far, from what I can see from Florida against a high school football team, is our defense is looking at least cohesive. They look like they can actually play defense. They don't look like they're all running around out there, not covering not doing their assignments. Yeah. So I'm hopeful that our defense will finally reemerge after a decade of slumber.
Yeah.
The offensive line is looking like a very good group of 5 unit. I mean, and when I say group of 5, I mean 5 guys playing as one unit.
Yeah.
Running backs, I don't think running back for Florida was much of a question. I thought we had a pretty good running back group. Lagway looked like the first series he looked a little rusty, but the rest went away fairly quickly. And basically this game was a preseason game for him. And you know what? Our backup quarterback looks like he at least knows what the hell he's doing. So some solace there.
That's
certainly.
Good. That's good news.
And we got a decent group of receivers. I think we are still a good 6-6 team. I think maybe 7-5 if we can pull an upset somewhere, but that's the ceiling. 7-5, 6-6 is more likely. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. A lot of damage has been done to this program from bad head coaches, and bad recruiting, and not paying attention to the things that you need to pay attention to. This season is not going to be very pleasant for Gator Nation, and I keep telling my fellow Gator fans they saw that game on Saturday, and they're thinking that we're going to contend for the SEC. And I said, would you please, for fuck's sake, pump the brakes? We are not contending for the SEC. We are contending for mid-pack, but we are not contending. We are not making the playoffs.
Yeah, you contend for a Pop-Tart Bowl or something like that, a Birmingham Bowl.
We should be concentrating on trying to get a bowl game.
Yeah, and getting better. And getting better.
And finding an actual head coach and maybe an offensive coordinator.
I mean, Mississippi State got better. It was a day and night from last year. But we were so bad last year that even this big step we took is not enough to compete with mid-tier SEC teams like in Arkansas, Florida, Oklahoma, Alabama. I mean, by the way, you know what is nice and what I kind of like? Alabama was stuck to Kellen DeBoer at least until 2028. And I like that. The buyout actual is $77 million. Oh, okay, maybe they can pay this. Maybe. The next problem is, who is the next head coach? Lane Kiffin has a long-term contract, and so is any other candidate. if they want to buy out Lane Kiffin, it will cost them at least 50, 60 million more. And Alabama don't have $140 million to buy him out. They had to pay 77 for DeBoer and 60 or something like that for Kiffin. That's 140 mil. Maybe Texas can pay that, or maybe a Texas A&M in the SEC, but that's it. No other team can pay 140 million.
Traveling Fools is here and Vic is here.
Yeah. Good morning, Fools. Come in, Vic.
I don't think DeVore is going anywhere. It's only his second year. He isn't going anywhere. Unless Alabama falls completely apart, and I mean by completely apart, I mean a 4 or 5 loss season. I think they'll be rioting in the streets in Tuscaloosa.
The problem
I don't think Lane Kiffin is going anywhere either.
I tell you, when Alabama calls, he goes.
Yeah, probably. But other than that,
Sure.
and no, I do not. I keep saying this every year when this comes up. I do not want Lane Kiffin as the Florida head coach.
I mean, DeBoer.
I don't want him anywhere near Florida Field. I don't even want him there as the opponent.
Yeah.
Joshua's here.
DeBoer
is not meeting expectations. That is the understatement of the week.
Kiffin meets his biggest nightmare this week.
Who's that?
Stoops.
Oh yeah. Vic Tube is Vic Tube's birthday, and everyone wish Vic a happy birthday.
I wish him a happy birthday when he comes in.
Yeah, he'll be here. But happy birthday, Victor.
Yeah, it's his 28th birthday.
Is he 28? I thought he was 25.
No, Vic is 27, and he should be 28 now.
Oh, okay.
He's getting slowly in adult age. Slowly. And I call adults, if you reach 50, then you are an adult.
Who's Alex Golish?
Alex Golish is the USF coach.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, and Alabama will not hire a coach from USF.
No.
No way in hell.
Joshua's 29. Okay, good. No, Alex Golish is probably not leaving USF. I think he wants to try and build that program. Yeah. Did you know USF is next year they'll be playing in their own stadium? No. I believe it's on campus. They've been playing in Ray J, where the Bucks play. And before that, they played in the Big Sombrero. But they've been sharing the stadium with the Buccaneers for as long as they've had a football program. But they are finally getting their own stadium. It's I think it's about 60-odd% complete.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Everyone, my younger daughter goes to USF, although pretty much ever since the Wuhan Red Death, all her classes when she was at Santa Fe and when she was at USF, pretty much she's never been on campus, which suits her just fine because back, when she got to USF had a lot of problems with a lot of campus protest bullshit. She didn't want to have anything to do with it, so she was very grateful that almost all of her classes have been remote.
Yeah, online classes.
She lives here in the same city as I do, but she's still got one more year left at USF, and she's just doing the whole thing remotely.
Yeah.
That works out fine, but I don't know why I'm still paying thousands of dollars for online coursework. That bothers me.
That's bad.
but whatever.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Well,
I'm happy that education is nearly free in Germany. The only thing I paid was the first 3 classes, grade 1, 2, and 3, because I sent my kids the first 3 grades in a private school that they learn Latin.
you made your kids take Latin?
Yeah, and I tell you why.
Why do you hate children?
I tell you why. If you can speak or you understand the grammar of Latin, you speak French, Italian, English, easy, easy. Latin is the key language for Italian, Spanish, French, English. If you can speak Latin, you speak English, you can speak Spanish, you can speak French. It's no problem.
Yeah, I know all that.
So, and I thought that it would help my kids. They hated me in first and second grade, but when they took their first English class, they kissed my feet. They loved me again. Guess what? They had
And guess what?
absolutely nothing.
Guess what? Dad was right.
Of course. And private schools in Germany are not cheap. I mean, it's way cheaper as in the US. I paid for every kid per year $3,600 for all 3 kids, $10,000 a year. So, and it was only 3 years. So I paid $30,000. So, and it was long hours of work, and no new car and no holidays, real holidays for 4 weeks to the Maldives or Bahamas or whatever. It was 2 weeks on the Baltic Sea, you know?
But
But
but you do for your kids because that's
yeah,
what you're supposed to do.
that is right.
Yeah, BA, USF, well, all the state universities really. They're not discounting for online, and that's a damn shame. But I understand it because even if the campus isn't as busy as it was, before the red death hit us, um, the campuses exist. You have to keep them going, and of course, you know, the pandemic is long since over, but graduate schools are mostly remote anyway. I mean, even back in the day when I went to grad school, I only went on campus once a week for classes. Everything else was remote. Um, and that was back in the 80s before computers really took off. Um, that was mostly, self-study. Wasn't remote in the sense that, you took classes on computers. That was decades away from existing. But most of it was self-study.
Is
You did
back
your
in,
own research, you did your own work at the library, you did your own work on campus, you did your own work at your internship, et cetera, et cetera. So even back in the 80s and 90s, in graduate school, you weren't on campus a lot. Germany will be part of security guarantee for Ukraine-Russian conflict. Oh, God, here we go. I really don't want to do the Ukraine-Russia thing today. Please don't make me do that.
no, we have college football.
Well, we aren't all college football, but I don't want to do the Ukraine thing. And I'm
No.
half Ukrainian. I'm half German and half Ukrainian, by the way. So,
Is Vic not in the back room?
no, Vic hasn't come up yet.
What the heck?
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't love me anymore.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he didn't like the fact I was talking about Lou being bald or something.
Yeah. Maybe he feels we call him an old man.
I bet Callus is older than him, for fuck's sake. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm older than you, aren't I? I thought I was older than you. Aren't I older than you?
Hmm?
Aren't I older than you?
You are older than me, yeah. I'm old and you are very old.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, 1 year, buddy.
Oh, 1 year?
Yeah, we had this before. We
Yeah,
figured
I
this
know
out.
we had it before, Sven, but I can barely remember what I had for dinner 2 days ago. Come on.
Okay. I was born July 25th in 1967.
Okay. Well, then you're same age as my commie pinko piece of shit sister. My son was talking about doing online courses. If it's the same price as school, you're screwed. Probably, but then again, you're talking about Georgia. I'm talking about Florida, so things could be different. And I don't know which college he's going to go to or where he's going to go. Is he going to be living at home? Because if you could live at home, that'll save you both a ton of money. Plato lets you take classes from home. Ha ha ha! Oh, fools, you slay me. Oh, Joshua gonna crash out. I don't know. That's up to Joshua. Plato. Oh, traveling fools is droll as always. Yes, I am old, but I'm not platonically old. Jesus.
Yeah.
But I can remember a time when I did all my papers, or not all of them, but up through my junior year, all my papers were typed out on a typewriter. Do you remember typewriters? I do. Of course, it was an electric typewriter, so that made things a little easier.
I know manual typewriters, I know electric typewriters, and I know the really big ones with the little screen on the top. You remember that one in the late 80s?
The word process. Yeah, word processors. Yeah.
You know this from IBM. I think it was from IBM.
Yeah, among others. Now I remember when I was in school. If you might remember this, if you made a mistake on a typed paper, you had to obviously use liquid paper or something like that to wipe out.
You had a wash up paper, and you typed the letter again, and it wiped it out.
Yeah. Now I had more than one professor came up with an arbitrary rule, which was really horrible. If you had more than 5 of those spots on a page, he'd fail the paper.
Yeah, write it new.
If you had more than 5 corrections on a sheet of paper, you'd have to type it over, or
we had the same shit. Yeah, we had the same shit in Germany. I remember this.
I got to tell you, when I got into computers, I finally got my first PC, and I got a hold of a program that maybe nobody's ever heard of before called WordPerfect.
WordPerfect, I know WordPerfect. I know
WordPerfect was actually the forerunner to Microsoft Word, and actually was more popular than Word forever. When I finally got WordPerfect, and I could type on a computer screen and make the corrections on the screen, and run a spell check, and read everything on screen, and then one command to print on my little piece of shit dot matrix printer.
Yeah, what cost $2,000? what costed
Yeah.
$2,000.
But it was a revelation that I could bang out a 20-page paper in
I tell you exactly
hours.
when this was. It was in 1991.
For me, it was 1986.
1986.
Yeah, that was I bought my first PC in 1986. It was an IBM PC AT.
Okay.
It was a monster of a case.
We had the first one was a Commodore 64.
Yeah. You want to know how big the hard drive was in that PC AT?
I don't know if Germany was that late, but I believe it was in 91. I worked at the Church Library, and I think they brought the first computers in 91. I personally couldn't afford a computer. It was so expensive.
There he is. No, Joshua, the first computer I had a hard drive that was 10 megabytes. Megabyte, not gigabytes. Back then, you measure, if you had a 10 megabyte hard drive, you had a killer computer.
Happy birthday, Vic. 28, huh? You're muted, Vic.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, happy birthday, man. How are you celebrating your birthday?
A bottle of rum. He's a pirate. Of course, a bottle of rum.
No, I'm not really doing anything. I guess I'm gonna do I'll be going live after you.
Oh, okay. 10 minutes, well, Joshua, you have to
celebrate my
remember.
birthday. I'll be doing a birthday stream this
Okay.
evening.
Vic, I have good news. Congratulations for Pick Out the Old Mans. You won last week's Pick'em.
Yeah, you did.
You had 4 points, and the two old men had 3 points. And it was because you picked.
How many games did we
I had
pick?
Syracuse, you had Tennessee. And
wait a minute. Sven, how many games did we pick?
We picked Auburn versus Baylor. We all three had Baylor.
No. How many total? Did we pick 7 games?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right. Well, are you gonna track this shit?
No, I wrote it down.
Yeah, you're tracking. Okay, we're gonna pick 7 more games this week.
We can do this.
Well, you come up with them. We'll pick them.
Okay.
We'll make it a weekly thing between the 3 of us.
So I'm 5 minutes AFK. You talk to Vic, and I search for 7 more games. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm here. Yeah.
College.
Okay, you come up with 7 games, including a Florida game, a Mississippi State game, and a Georgia game. So we all pick our favorite teams. And you know what? We'll track it at the end of the season. We'll, whoever wins. Something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So evidently Sven and I went 3 and 4, and Vic went 4 and 3.
Yeah, we are all horrible. This is the 13th of September. I'm 1 week off.
Oh, okay.
Week 2.
Yeah, but and to go back to a point, Ramajam, I tell you, 10 megabyte. You got to understand. In the 80s, Windows was not Windows. Windows was kind of an environment that ran on top of DOS and wasn't very good at anything. And everything was DOS based. So all the programs were very simple and they were small. I mean, they shipped on floppy disks. So a 10 megabyte hard drive was huge back in the day.
And the biggest difference was you could rewrite the system ini. You could go into the Windows setting program and rewrite the system ini. In
I actually was pretty good at that.
Yeah, in Windows 3, the last one you could do this was Windows 3.11.
Yeah.
So Windows 3.1, and with Windows 3 they had a program called Basic. So and it was
It's
like
a language, not a program.
Yeah, it was the computer language, like run and list and it was that stuff. So and if you could write this language, you could change the system ini.
Yeah. So, sys.ini. Yeah, I got pretty good at playing around in there when I had to.
Let me see.
But when I finally got my first computer and I could write my papers on the computer and correct on the fly and spell check and all that. Not only was I able to bang out papers a lot more efficiently, but my grades went up too. And I didn't dread writing anymore because I could write on the computer. Because I remember the way I used to do it was I would write the entire paper out longhand, and then I would type off of the longhand version of the paper. So I basically wrote the paper twice. I wrote it once longhand, and then I had to type it because I couldn't compose on the typewriter. It just didn't work for me that way. But
guys,
I can compose on the computer.
Saleen, I have a problem. I mean, Georgia plays Austin P, and Florida plays a thing called USF.
Yep.
So what's the problem?
I will not take these teams. It makes no sense.
So what?
I mean, Austin P. By how many hundred will Georgia beat them?
So what? Georgia played Marshall last week and destroyed them. Florida played Long Island University.
Yeah, but we didn't have Georgia on the list.
All right, you make up the list. You go ahead and make the list. And if you're going to be tracking the results,
I do
for the three of us for the whole season, you make the list.
I do it.
Yeah.
Is that all right, Vic? I mean, if he's gonna do it, we should at least let him pick the team. All right. Fine.
You can trust me.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you.
All right.
You pick the game.
Why is Florida ranked in the top 15?
I have no idea. Where are they ranked?
13.
Yeah, but I saw your video today. Florida was. Did you have a Florida 13? I don't think you did.
No, I don't. No, I didn't have Florida ranked. No.
Oh, look at this. Florida State fined $50,000 by the ACC for fans storming the field after upset over Alabama. Oh, come on. If you're going to fine a school for that, make it mean something. Jesus Christ.
How many million?
$50,000.
50,000.
50,000. Okay, that's nothing. Yeah.
VidTube, NFL draft. Are you going to draft player?
That's right. Because we got Robert's fantasy football draft is tonight at 7:30.
Joshua, you got to type a little better, man. It's hard to read.
It's a FFL. It means Fantasy Football League.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
There's a Robert. Yeah, Robert from the chat created a fantasy league for this season.
Florida's ranked 13th. I don't understand that. They're playing USF 4:15 on the SEC network, and Florida is favored by 17.5. Really?
So, guys, I have my 7 games. I found good
ones.
Right.
You want to pick them now or later?
Whenever you want.
Yeah, let's
Yes.
pick them now. What the hell? Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, what the
The
hell?
first one, Iowa versus Iowa State. I take
You got
Iowa
to tell me where. You got to tell us where the game is played.
at Iowa State.
Yeah, it's being played in Ames, Iowa.
I miss Jeff Weber.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Can't believe he died. I cannot
It's
believe
being played at Jack Trice Stadium in Ames,
it.
Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Iowa State.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So all three have Iowa State.
All right.
The next one, Lane Whiffin at Mark Stoops.
So
I
old Miss at Kentucky.
Ole Miss at Kentucky, and
Lane
I go for the
Whiffen.
upset. I don't
No,
care.
I think Ole Miss gets their revenge on Kentucky.
Yeah, I think old Miss will win that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Kentucky this year. I
Yeah,
really
sorry
don't.
guys,
Yeah,
I
Kentucky. Kentucky struggled with Toledo. So I mean,
sorry guys, I can't pick Ole Miss.
No, I understand.
I have a natural affection. I mean, it's the
Yeah,
same. If Saleen would have picked Bama, Florida State, and he said Florida State wins, he never would do this.
Yeah,
Never.
I can't
Never.
pick Florida State to win anything. I really can't.
Yeah, that's like so. This is the tough one. Jackson State
Jackson State.
Oh,
against
come on. I have no idea who that is.
Jackson State, where Prime was.
Yeah, the fighting. Yeah,
the
the fighting
Deion Sanders.
Sanders.
Against
Hey,
Southern
6'2". How you doing, man?
against Southern Miss. And they hate each other.
But as you said earlier in the stream, Southern Miss is horrible.
Yeah, they got Marshall's coach and all those Marshall players.
They got 20 of the Sunbelt Champions team, but not O-liner. But Jackson State is the SWAC champ, the HBCU champ. I mean, it's HBCU champ against the Sunbelt champ. I take Southern Miss.
Yeah, I'll go Southern Miss.
I don't know anything about either of the teams, so I'm going to go Southern Miss.
Okay. Arizona State against, who is this? Mississippi State. I take Arizona State. No, I take Mississippi State. I go for the upset.
Not Arizona State.
Okay.
Right, but what I don't understand is
go ahead.
Yeah, why is Arizona State in the top 10?
They were ranked 11th, and they beat a thing called Northern Arizona State School of the Blind and Thieves and Desert, whatever, and allowed 20 points.
Yeah, 38 to 19 against
they allowed 20
FCS
points.
team. I'm not
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not really impressed by that. They're the highest ranked Big 12 team right now, but there's like 5 Big 12 teams that I can name that have looked way better than Arizona State. So,
who do you pick, Vic?
I'm gonna pick Arizona State. Yeah.
I told Saleen earlier, Mississippi State is absolute horrible. We get better, but the step was not big enough to even compete with the mid-tier SEC teams. I mean, we can compete with clown schools like Alabama, Georgia, Texas. Always. I mean, we lost to Arkansas by 50. We lost to Texas A&M by 40. guess what? Against UGA, we lost only by 10. Against Texas, it was a 3-point game in the fourth quarter. Crazy, huh? It's crazy.
Yeah.
So-
I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Mississippi State.
Okay. I changed your pick. MSU.
I didn't give you my pick.
You said
Until-
Arizona State.
You just did.
No, I didn't say anything.
Okay. The next one, the Fighting Pavias against Virginia Tech.
Who?
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt talking about Diego Pavia.
The Fighting Pavias.
Over Vatek.
Virginia Tech. And Virginia Tech, I mean, they didn't look good. But Wendy did also look good. I mean, this is a 50-50
You know what?
shot.
I'm going to take Vandy because I hope that the SEC Shorts crew, when
Right.
Vandy beats Vatek, they bring back the guy with the
With the
fancy
crown? With the
with
crown?
the crown and the cape and everything.
The little guy.
Yeah, the little guy.
By
It's
the way,
called
I would like to see Vandy win.
Yeah, it's
just
called
to see
the
return of
it's
World.
the Vandy Pimp.
yeah,
yeah,
Windy.
the Vandy
By the
Pimp,
way,
yeah.
I admire these guys, SEC Shorts. They're doing a good job.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job. So I'm going to take Vandy in that game, also
So, and-
because I'm an SEC homer like the rest of us.
I don't care what Florida or
Oh, shit.
Georgia or Alabama does.
Oh shit.
So I take Wendy
I
too.
have
Vic, Wendy or Virginia Tech?
Uh,
It's at Virginia Tech.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm still gonna take Vandy.
Okay, the next one is Nico Iamaleava against Dan Mullen. UCLA at UNLV.
No, I'm not. No, I'm going to take UNLV on that one because I cannot, in
Let
any
me check
kind of good conscience, trust Nico to do anything.
Let me check it twice. If it's at UNLV or if it's at UCLA at UNLV. So I take Dan Mullen, UNLV, and you too, Saleen, UNLV,
Yeah, I'll take UNLV.
Vic.
Yeah, I guess UNLV. I guess.
Okay, and now the trickiest of them all. What is it, Vic? What is my last game? The trickiest of them all. The border war. The border war.
Is it Oklahoma and Michigan?
No.
Is it
Kansas versus Mizzou.
Oh yeah, right. Kansas and Mizzou. Yeah.
Kansas at Missouri, and I pick Kansas.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Mizzou. Mizzou. Yeah.
MIZ.
Oh, God. I bet that's almost a pick'em game.
I mean, Kansas looked fantastic. They looked really sharp, and Missouri won 66-7 or something like that against.
You know what? When all else fails, I'm going to default back to SEC versus the world. So I'm going to pick Mizzou.
Okay.
I
So
don't know why.
a question: should I add an 8-game Oklahoma Michigan, or we leave it on 7?
Yeah, I guess 7 is fine. Yeah.
Seven's fine. Yeah.
Good. So Iowa State, we have all the same. I picked Kentucky as only one. Arizona State is Vic a lonely pick. We all have Wendy, we all have UNLV, and I picked Kansas, and you two picked Missouri. So if math goes right, I will lose this round because I have Kentucky and Kansas.
Yeah.
We will see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Couple of those games, just for me were just like, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I
So
mean,
just-
if Vic knows Jackson State and so, but if you are uncomfortable with G5 teams, then I leave them out.
No,
It's no problem.
G5 is fine. No.
Uh,
We said
and-
you're going to pick the games that we're going to
Yeah,
pick again.
and
So,
I picked this game because they hate each other.
Okay.
Really?
Joshua wants us to. We're not going to add Oregon, OK State, because we're going to stay with 17s. But if we're going to pick Oregon versus OK State, I'd pick Oregon.
Oregon by 50.
Yeah, Oregon by 50. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust.
That's not going to be a
State
game.
to do
I mean, that's not going to be a game. I mean,
I'll be right back. Give me 10 seconds.
Oklahoma State is terrible.
Yeah, I don't think Oklahoma State could catch a cold at this point. I mean, they're just terrible. You guys going to go out for dinner or anything for your? Oh no, you're going to live stream. So.
No.
I needed my.
How about cake? I mean, is somebody going to give you a cake?
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. My mom has the van, and she's Mama working late as some kind of an event.
Does someone
work,
bake you a cake or anything? No cake.
Nope.
By the way,
you gotta have birthday cake. Come on. It's not fair.
Vic has to practice for the Slop Olympics. No cake allowed.
Yep.
He has to beat Nate. He's down bad against Nate.
No, I'm not.
No? Didn't you lose last year?
Yeah,
but it was Ballard's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
how was it Ballard's fault?
He couldn't put on the clown shoes and needed 10 minutes to put on the clown shoes.
Oh.
Yeah. But he's an Alabama fan. We can forgive him.
Oh, I imagine Ballard.
They normally don't know what they are doing.
He's not a happy man right about now.
Ballard is okay. I talked to him today for an hour.
No, I saw that. Yeah.
He's right. Yeah. He's not a happy man. Nope.
I mean,
nope.
Vic, you know football. If Alabama want to get rid of the ball and hire someone who is capable to save them, it costs them at least $130-140 million. And Alabama does not have $130-140 million.
Yeah, they got to buy out DeBoer and pay Kiffin, the next coach.
Yeah, and Kiffin or Kirby. Huh?
It won't be Kirby, but
or Billy Napier or whatever. Or
Billy Napier.
Or Jeff Levy.
Yeah, it won't be. It won't be Billy Napier.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. I mean,
it won't be Billy Napier, and it won't be Jeff Levy. So
maybe Butch Jones. Butch Jones didn't cry this week. He won his game at Appalachian.
Where is Butch Jones again?
Appalachian State.
No, I thought
Arkansas State. Okay,
Arkansas State.
Arkansas State. Not Appalachian
State.
That's
perfect for him.
Yeah.
Small fish in a small pond.
I mean, he and Pruitt ruined Tennessee to the ground.
He and Pruitt and Derek Dooley.
Yeah, Dooley.
Yeah, Dooley Derek Dooley, who was running for Senate.
Yeah.
Huh.
I guess the dude can't even write his own name correctly. That's how dumb he is.
Well, Florida's been ruined by a series of bad coaching
Yeah.
decisions.
I mean,
And, oh.
Mullen had in year 4 at Florida, he had 4 injured offensive linemen and 2 of his main guys on the defensive line. And
Mullen got fired because he couldn't recruit. And I'm sorry if everyone's saying he can recruit. No, he can't. That's been proven.
His last 2 recruiting classes was 8 nationwide. You can look it up. I looked it up. He recruited 12s, 9s, 8, 8. And if the 8 best recruiting class
Frank
in the
Beamer was
nation is bad recruiting, I don't know what you're talking about.
He
Frank
can't
Beamer.
recruit.
Frank Beamer? You mean Shane Beamer?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you mean Shane Beamer. Frank
Brian
Beamer is
Kelly.
retired.
Brian Kelly ain't going anywhere. He's dug in Louisiana like a tick on a hound dog. He ain't going anywhere.
I mean,
on
Saleen,
a hound dog.
nobody after Spurrier recruited that good like Mullen did at Florida. Nobody is even close to Mullen. Nobody. He had 3 top 10 classes, and his worst class was in year 1 when he came.
Why did all his so-called super recruits fail him?
I mean, maybe they won't
failed
play
him.
for Florida or for Dan Mullen or whatever. I mean, it happens.
Well, you
it
know
happens
what?
all the day.
You can sign all the 4 and 5 stars you want, and the high-end 3 stars you want. But if you can't make them perform, then you didn't do your job. I don't care. Okay, let's say Mullen could recruit decently. Great, he can recruit decently. He didn't coach him worth a damn.
Okay.
And they fell apart.
Okay.
And I blame him for keeping Grantham around too long. He basically took the 2020 offensive team that was putting up numbers like a video game and saddled them to a defense that was undisciplined and couldn't play. And they went from an 8-1 team to an 8-4 team so fast you could barely process it. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was 1 year. He won 33 games in the first 3 years. He beat
Ballard.
Yeah, fire Womack.
Yeah, get his ass out of town.
Yeah, that's what I told you earlier
Now,
this day.
those of us
What's
who
up,
don't
Alan?
know who Womack is, who's Womack?
Cam Womack is the defensive coordinator
Yeah, he's
from
the DC.
South Alabama. He came from South
he's
Alabama.
the DC. Yeah, so who's
who's
a worse?
Sure that we covered that.
Yeah, so who's a worse DC? Kane Womack or Pete Golding?
Oh gosh.
Todd Grantham.
There is no question. Golding is a good one.
Todd Grantham
Golding
makes
is
them
better.
both look good.
Golding is not bad. I mean,
Yeah, Golding's better.
Of course, he's better. Of course, he's
I'm
better.
curious of one thing. Hang on.
At the very least, what I can say about Golding is his defenses look like they were trying to give an effort and knew what they were doing, or at least made it look like they knew what they were doing. Womack is clueless.
The problem is at Alabama, they have a lack of effort. And this is criminal in the SEC. I mean, Mississippi State is a bad football team, a really down bad football team. But you can say about us whatever you want. You will never say they didn't try.
Did you?
We always try.
Now I know why Oklahoma State sucks so bad. I figured it out.
Why?
Todd Grantham is their defensive coordinator.
Oh, he is. Wow.
He is.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's why they're
yeah. I
oh
don't.
shit.
Yeah. Don't. Was he their DC last year too,
Hang on, I'll tell you.
or did they just hire him this year? Or
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
yeah, I don't know what Mike Gundy was thinking.
Grantham, 58, senior defensive analyst at Alabama in 2022. Interviewed for the DC job at Ole Miss. Hold on. I think he just got hired this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I know that
I think he was in the
Oklahoma State
NFL.
was yes, because I know that Oklahoma State's defense was like the worst in the Power Four, or
not for long.
one of the worst in the Power Four.
Yeah, it was down
year.
in the low 100s.
This title will belong from this year on to the University of Central Florida. I can guarantee you this. UCF has the worst defensive coordinator in the past 500 years. What's his name, Vic? I told you this last week. What's his name?
Todd
Todd
Grantham.
Grantham.
No, way worst. Way worst.
I don't
There's
know.
nobody
Riley-
worse than Todd Grantham.
Hey, the Riley guy. Vic.
Which one you mean? Alex
Yeah.
Grinch?
Alex Grinch is the defensive coordinator at UCF, and they are cooked. I mean, it can't get worse as Alex Grinch. He is the worst of the worst.
I think Joshua is right with this conclusion.
Yeah.
DeBoer is like Pete Carroll. Too chill.
Yeah. No, don't compare Kalen DeBoer to Pete Carroll. Kalen DeBoer can't hold Pete Carroll's jockstrap. I mean,
No, but didn't
I mean,
Lou
I mean,
the other
Pete
day point
Carroll
out?
won-
Didn't Lou point out
he
the other
won a
day that
national
DeBoer is not
championship.
SEC mentality?
I mean, Pete Carroll won the national championship and he won a Super Bowl. So
And only Jimmy Johnson did
True.
the same.
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't Barry Switzer do that too?
Barry Switzer won.
He won a Super Bowl at Dallas. I know that. But didn't he also win a natty with Oklahoma?
Yeah, right. Jerry Jones fired Jimmy Johnson in 95 in January.
Yeah.
Or
And
in
he brings
December.
in Switzer, and
he
Switzer
gave him
wins the,
two, and he gave him $2 million extra. So, and on the same day, he brought in Barry Switzer, and he took the Emmett Smith team to the Super Bowl and won it. But it was a Jimmy Johnson team.
What does this
You are
mean?
right.
FSU
And did
owns-
Barry Switzer win a college championship?
well, it's true. FSU owns Bama.
Owns. I thought it said O's. I said, huh?
Where did Barry Switzer win a college championship?
I thought he won at Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, then it's free. It's Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer, and Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but what do I know? I'm a dumb German.
Well,
with a
then again,
power.
Dallas hasn't been relevant since the 90s anyway. So
And they will not be relevant in the 2025s. I can guarantee you this.
well, the entire No Fun League is irrelevant to me anyway.
Yeah. I will watch a little bit of the Giants. I like Skibidi. I want to see what they do.
The only one question I have in the entirety of the National Felons League is where will Kyle Trask end up? That's all I really care
Yeah,
about.
Trask?
he's not gonna last too much longer in Tampa. I don't know where he's going though.
He's already gone from Tampa. Tampa cut him.
I think he is.
They did
with-
end up cutting him. I just heard
Yeah.
rumors.
No, they cut him.
Oh, okay.
What happened to Kyle Trask? Released by the Bucks on August 26th,
I think he
Oh.
is.
and they kept Teddy, the super
Bridgewater.
journeyman Bridgewater.
Yeah,
Get-
Bridgewater
Get Teddy
ni-
Bridgewater. Yeah.
He's 90 years old now,
Hmm.
literally.
And I don't know. I don't know what. I heard a rumor very briefly that Trask was going to end up with the Carolina Panthers, but I never heard anything about that. And as a piece of amusement, Felipe Franks is still with the Atlanta Falcons, but he is a tight end.
Yeah.
What?
He's not a quarterback
with all
anymore.
these
Yeah, he is a tight
What's
end.
the deal
yeah.
with all these tall ass quarterbacks going to tight end? Like, he's not
Well,
the first.
probably because Franks is useless as a quarterback.
True. I don't
Yeah.
see how he's going to make a good tight end though.
I don't know. I
Trask
guess
hat
they
noch
figured he
kein,
can catch.
der
I'm
hat
trying
noch
to
kein
think who the
nice
other
team.
quarterback is that did that.
It was
Oh, that's what they wanted Tebow
Tim
to do.
Tebow.
Tim
They wanted
Tebow did.
Tebow to become a tight end because of his size, and he did have some ability to run and catch. So they said, well, why don't we make you a tight end? And he said, no, I want to be a quarterback. And
Yeah.
he said, okay, well,
No, I thought that was at the for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He tried out as a tight end.
yeah, it didn't work. But you know what? He's making a ton of money as an analyst for the SEC network. And he made a ton of money when he signed with the Broncos. So he can stay retired and be healthy and raise his child or children. And he'll never want for anything again.
Yep.
Yeah, if he takes care of his money, why not?
Oh, interesting stat from Joshua. Franks ran a 4.6 140 which is that's pretty good speed for a tight end, you know. As long as his ankle holds up, I guess. And as long as he doesn't attempt to throw the ball on a tight end option play, I guess he'll be fine. Yeah, well, not like the Falcons are going to do anything. I don't know. Maybe they will. You know what? If all of a sudden I decide to start watching the National Felons League again, which I'm not, I'll be going into my 11th season of not watching that bullshit league. I mean, the last team I rooted for was the Patriots. I wouldn't know who to make my team anymore. I don't think I could generate enough caring to be concerned about any one team.
I don't have a team. I follow as special players. Last year I followed a little bit Jaden Daniels. This year I follow Cam Skiddeby. When Jonathan Taylor came out of college, I followed him at Indianapolis. So, of course, I followed Dak. So for a while, and I have my 1-2 players every season. They came out of college. I like them, and I follow them a little bit. I'm not an NFL junkie by any means, but I watch from time to time. Oh. Can you upset Austin P, Vic?
Yeah.
Hey, they have Chris Paulson. It's a former Mississippi State quarterback.
Okay.
He will score at least 100 on you. He's a Mike Leach guy. He's a pirate. I think Georgia first and second quarter 38 nothing or 42 nothing, and then all starters outside of Stockton. They let Stockton in. He needs reps. He needs real time reps. He's the only guy who stays on the field, I guess. And they will not cover the 40 points, like always. I mean, how can you cover 40 points or something like that? And Kirby doesn't care if he wins by 35 or by 2. As long as he wins, he's okay.
Yep.
But
Well, I mean, yeah, I think it might be kind of my fault that that Alabama lost to FSU because I put on a comment on one of Ballard's videos. Like, does FSU have a chance in this game? And then I said I don't think Bama has anything to worry about.
Yeah,
you jinxed
thanks a
them.
lot.
So
You
it's your fault.
Yeah, Vic, we have to ban you. You are a jinxer. You are a
Yeah,
bad
screw
dude.
off, Nick.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
he's a bad dude.
Speaking of, how you feeling about this USF game this week, Saleen? Tough challenge, right?
If Florida don't beat USF by at least 5 touchdowns, they shouldn't belong in the SEC.
Florida's going to
I'm-
beat USF.
They're
Florida
going to beat them because USF can't win against the SEC. However, they can give you a good game.
Yeah,
They will not.
you'll beat USF. The question is, will you beat LSU?
No,
No.
LSU will destroy them.
Yeah.
That's what I think. LSU, I mean, I watched it with my LSU guys, Vic. You know, you was there, and they said, "What the heck is going on? Since when we have a defense? 15,000 LSU fans, and all hyped up about their defense. It was not that Nussmeier was good or anything. It was all about this defense, and they went absolutely nuts." I think LSU has a shot against everyone. But they have Brian Kelly.
He'll coach them well for his family.
Brian Kelly is a top 10 coach, but he is not elite of elite because he always finds ways to mess it up. Always. Like Lane
always
Kiffin,
chokes
like
the big
Steve
game.
Sarkisian, they always find ways to mess it up.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's why I picked Clemson to beat Brian Kelly, because normally big games, you saw it last year. I mean, Alabama had freaking Milroe as quarterback, and they went into Baton Rouge and whooped in by how many? Was it 40 or 50?
Something like that.
By a lot.
That's back when Alabama had a quarterback, though.
Milroe is not a quarterback.
I know. Shit,
Mil-
be real. We haven't
Milroe-
had one since Bryce.
Uh,
Bryce won a Heisman at least, but
Bryce Young was decent. He was a good college quarterback, but I mean, the last real 2 ones you had were Tua and Hurts. Matt Jones had a super elite defense around him. Bryce Young had a super elite offense and offensive line. They mowed people down. They had Najee Harris. Remember this guy, Najee Harris?
Yeah.
He was he was electric. He was a bulldozer on 2 feet. And I mean, Bryce Young was a really, really good quarterback, a really good one, but he was not elite. Tua was elite. So, and nobody outside
I-
of Dabo Sweeney and Nick Saban would have come of the idea to bench a national champion quarterback and bring the backup in, or a true freshman, and bench the other guy.
I gotta step away for about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Seriously. Yeah.
Keep going.
And I mean, that's why Dabo and Nick Saban are the really good ones, the elite guys. I mean, Clemson won a national championship. They brought their quarterback back, and he benched the guy and let Trevor Lawrence play. How about that? Tua was the Heisman favorite. He fucked it up, and Saban said, "Get your ass on the bench. I bring my backup, Hurts."
Yep.
And 1 year later, Hurts started, and he brought Tua back, and they won again. Unluckily for Vic, it was both times against Georgia, and Georgia was the better team. But Kirby was not smart enough to adjust to Saban's moves, and that's why Saban is the GOAT, and Kirby is maybe second, third, or fourth, or fifth.
What? Well, actually, Tua rolled his ankle in that SEC championship. He wasn't benched. He rolled his ankle. Yeah.
It was in 18, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. This was the Nick Chubb team, huh? From Nick Chubb.
Yeah, it was the From. No, that was 2017. Was the From and Chubb.
Sony Michel.
Yeah. That was the 17 team. Yeah.
And this, for me, this was the greatest 1-2 punch the SEC has ever saw on running backs.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could agree to that, considering.
wow, Chubb and Michelle. I hated these dudes. We played them. I mean, From couldn't complete a pass to save his life.
Well, he completed the flea flicker. Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 yards behind the lines passes.
Yeah, we started out with the flea flicker. Yeah.
Oh
In
my
that game,
goodness.
yeah.
I mean, I hated these two guys, but they were really, really, really absolute 2 elite college running backs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the next year when he was at Florida, Mullen tried to get us with the flea flicker on the first play, and it didn't work. So
No.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? We're talking about Jake Fromm. Why are we talking about him?
No, we talked about
Brown.
running backs, and I said Nick Chubb and Sonny Michel were maybe the best 1-2 punch ever played as running backs in college football.
Mm-hmm.
These two guys, I hated these guys. They had both 1,500 yards in their sleep. They didn't need a quarterback. They needed a good O-line, a decent defense, and 2 running backs, and they won every game outside of Burma because Saban was prepared, and that's why he's the GOAT. And sorry, Ballard, he not will come back. You can offer
I
him
know.
20 million or 30 million. Saban don't needs the money, and he will not come back.
I
Yeah.
never said I wanted him to, and I know.
Ballard, if I told you Saban comes back next week, if you spend $500 to Alabama and Saban comes back, your $500 are in 1 second in Tuscaloosa in the bank account. I can promise you that. You will do this. Every Bama fan does this. And there is nobody. I mean, Kirby is a damn good coach, but there's nobody who is even close today to Nick Saban. The closest things to Saban are Kirby Smart and Dabo Sweeney. That's the closest things, and they are light years away.
Yeah.
Because Kirby yells at his players, but not like Saban. And he practices, if they don't get it right, they practice the same move 6 weeks. No ifs, ands, and buts. Extra hours. I mean, these days it's forbidden. But back in the days, you could practice as long as you want in college. There was no regulation. But I mean, Bama is really down bad, and I don't see you coming back from this. I really don't. I mean, De Boer may get his stuff right, but not this year. Not with Bart Simpson. Is it Bart Simpson? Yeah, but it's Bart Simpson, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Bart Simpson. At least he plays like Bart Simpson. Unclean hands. Hello, unclean hands.
Hello.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
unclean
unclean hands.
hands. Yeah. Now that's a he's been here before. Unclean Hands runs a type of channel that I am very much in favor of. I love watching. I don't know if anyone knows who people like First Amendment auditors are, or sovereign citizens are, or cop watchers, that kind of thing.
No.
They make videos all the time, and guys like Unclean Hands, guys like Law Talk with Mike, Artie's Corporate Fiction, Biggin 11, who I'm not a big fan of, but I like watching the videos. I just wish he wouldn't talk. Unclean Hands is definitely one of them. There are dozens of other channels. Colin, not Cromwell, lots and lots of other channels. They play these type of videos from auditors and cop watchers and sovereign citizens, and they play them on their channel, and then they comment about the stupidity. Another one is Van Balian. Fantastic channel for sovereign citizens from all over the world. If Unclean Hands wants to type in other names of channels, but if you like those kind of those commentary videos, Unclean Hands is definitely a great channel to sum up to.
He don't have to type. There's a StreamYard link. Bring him in.
Well, if he wants to come in, now there's I'll drop the link again.
Yeah, drop the link and welcome him in.
Well, I mean, he's not the kind of guy that I don't know if that's his thing. Yeah. Van Balian. Van Balian is the bomb, definitely. Van Balian is one of the old school of the one of the OGs. Unclean Hands doesn't do lives anymore, and I understand.
Yeah, it's okay.
I definitely understand. But Van Balian is one of the OG commentator channels. But these kind of channels are just fun to watch because they're funny. You can laugh at these people's stupidity. Especially the sovereign citizens. I don't know if anyone here knows what a sovereign citizen is.
No, never.
Well, these are the kind of guys. In the very brief description of them, and Unclean. If I get this wrong, feel free to correct me. But these are the kind of guys that don't believe that their big thing about is mostly driving. They don't drive; they travel. Because the Constitution gives them a right to travel without needing a license or registration or insurance or anything like that. And so, and they believe that they don't believe that they have to have a driver's license because traveling is a right in the Constitution, and therefore driving is a right, but driving is not traveling.
Yeah.
Driving is driving. Driving is an
Sounds a
actual
little bit
privilege.
stupid. Sounds a little bit stupid to me.
Yeah, and you got to watch some of these guys that believe in this
kind of stuff.
Yeah, and but they have never won in court. Every time they go to court with their sovereign citizen, I call them sovtards. But every time they go into court and there are videos out there showing these guys in front of an actual judge. And the judge just tears them apart. This is funny stuff. It really is funny stuff.
What is the channel's
to
name?
listen to these arguments that they make, these are the arguments of a child.
Let me look it up. Sober citizens.
Sovereign. I can't spell sovereign, but
sober citizens.
Yeah, but you watch these guys flounder in court trying to convince them. And there was this one guy. There was this one lady that was arguing that her boyfriend or husband or whatever it was couldn't be arrested for driving without a license because he was what they call an Article 4 free inhabitant. This is one of the classic sovereign citizen videos. She ended up getting arrested. She was talking about the articles she was trying to say articles of confederation, but she kept saying articles in confederation. And
we don't use the Articles of Confederation.
Right. So. If you know American history, the Articles of Confederation were the governing documents and rules that govern the United States from the time of the Revolutionary War up through the advent of the Constitution. The Constitution automatically nullified the Articles of Confederation and all the base groups.
Yes, anything that's in the Articles of Confederation is not valid. So,
but she said that because he was an Article 4 free inhabitant, he didn't need to follow the laws of the United States. And then there are other sovereign citizens that claim that the United States is a corporation, not a government, and that the United States government is you don't have to follow the United States government because it's not a government, it's a corporation.
What?
And therefore, the cops aren't cops; they work for the corporation. And if you don't. And if you don't contract, they love to say, I don't wish to contract or create joinder with you. If they say the magic words and phrases like that, then the cops have no power over them.
I gave him
Unclean Hands. Who is that guy, that bailiff in the one that what is his name? The bailiff that hit that guy with a taser in the courthouse. He's famous. What is his name? Yes, I am very educated on the lore. That's it. Yeah, P. Barnes. If you go in and look up P. Barnes, you type in sovereign citizen P. Barnes, you will see probably one of the most often played encounters between this idiot sovereign citizen and this bailiff named P. Barnes. And the confrontation that happened because of it. Yeah, it might be with an E.
Yeah,
But
I gave him.
This is
I gave him a
incredible.
sub. I will look it up later on.
Yeah,
later on.
look up. Just watch that, and the way that P. Barnes handled this.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by, Ballard. I appreciate the support.
Ballard,
Sir.
have a nice day.
Yeah, but the way that Barnes handled this sovereign citizen, this rude little piece of junk, piece of crap sovereign citizen wannabe punk in a courthouse. I mean, the way it was handled was just magical. And then there was another confrontation between a judge and a sovereign citizen who was harassing the judge and filing liens against him and all kinds of frivolous paperwork from a postal court. I think they called it. It was a postal court, which is one of these fake courts that these sovereign citizens like to come up with because the post office is supposed to have some kind of magical power over judges or something like that. If you dive down this rabbit hole of sovereign citizen stupidity, it gets incredibly funny, incredibly fast.
You know, like what it sounds like?
What?
The Knights of the Coconut.
Yeah, and they have sovereign citizens in England, especially the UK. They're called free men on the land. And they have them down in Australia. Actually, the ones in Australia recently, they had some violence with a sovereign citizen murdered 2 Australian cops.
That's not
and
good.
In this country, there have been some sovereign citizens that have gone so far as to shoot and kill police officers.
This is not good.
So most of these guys are nonviolent and stupid, but some of them are stupid and very violent.
Yeah.
And
if you're
and
stupid and
Unclean
violent,
Hands channel is really a good source for those kind of videos. And First Amendment auditors are a whole nother. They like to go into government buildings and hospitals and VAs and even prisons, try and get into prisons and video their interactions with people, basically just to get a rise out of people. They love post offices. They love going into post offices and videoing the people and the workers at post offices to try and get arrested.
I mean, they're doing their job there. What the heck?
Yeah. But what they're doing is they're trying to get arrested so that their followers will send them money for legal fees, ostensibly for legal fees and stupid shit.
But if you shoot people and you are stupid, that's a dangerous combination. And these people should be behind bars for a long time. That's what I think.
Yeah, Joshua is right. Mental illness. Absolutely.
That's what I think.
Yeah. But it really is a lot of fun just to look at the stupidity and laugh at them.
And in Germany, if you shoot someone, you will not see daylight again in your life. There is no way in hell.
True.
You see daylight again. No way. Because we love our safe streets.
Mm-hmm.
And every juror, or what is the name for the court boss? What is his name? How you call it?
Who?
The boss of the court.
Oh, the bailiff. His last name is Barnes.
No. In regular, you have a court, and there's a juror, or what is his name? Or you have advocates and the boss who sits in front of the judge. Yeah, the judge. Sorry. So, and every judge in Germany, if you shoot someone and hurt him bad, he will send you to life without any chance of parole to prison, to high security prison. And you will sit there for the rest of your life in Germany. There is no way in hell you're getting out. No way. I mean, German prisons, I heard, very nice, very clean, not dangerous, but you will not go on the streets again. There's no way. And we like this. And we don't have many inmates in the prisons in Germany because everybody knows the rules.
Well, I don't know if they have self-defense laws as strong as we do over in Germany.
I heard from a case in Louisiana years ago. There was a guy. He was a thief, a daily thief, and he stole 10 or 12 times, and he got on the court the first time, the second time, the third time, and the judge said, if you come the next time, I send you to prison for life. He never hurt anyone. He only stole, and he came the fourth or fifth time to jail, to the court, and they sent him to life, 50 years. That's crazy. For stealing things. He just stole things from the shops or from people or whatever he did. I don't remember. That is crazy.
Might be a little excessive.
That is nuts. But it's Louisiana.
Well, they're a little nuts in Louisiana, that's for sure.
They are really nuts.
Listen, guys, I got to wrap up because I got to head on out the door.
Yeah.
And it is 5 o'clock. Well, almost 5 o'clock.
As I always say, you do you.
Oh, yes, I always try to do it. So you've got now, Sven, you've got all our picks written down, right?
I have it written down, and I wish Vic a happy birthday and get out there and buy you a cake.
I think Vic is.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
No, I'm still here.
Vic has left the chat. But,
Yeah, but I asked
I'm
him
still here.
how young he is now.
I'm 28.
Yeah, 28. I was right. How young you are.
I'll keep it straight from now on. But happy birthday, Vic. Many happy returns.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna have a birthday stream.
When does that start?
Right, it's gonna be right after you, so I'll start it.
Yeah, I come
So
on.
How long are you going to
in a
stream
few
for?
minutes from now. Probably gonna go until about 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I come on.
Right. I'll see if I can jump on. Depends on when I get back home.
Yeah.
Right.
But thanks for coming by my stream, sir. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Yep.
And Sven, I am going to ceremoniously kick you out.
Do it. I wish you a nice day. And greetings to Mom.
Yes, I will.
As always.
Yes.
And I check out Unclean Hands.
Yeah, definitely check out Unclean Hands and give him a sub. Give him some love. It is a really entertaining channel.
Yeah.
But watch it. I'm warning you. You go down that entertainment rabbit hole, you may never come out.
I can handle it.
I know. I'll see you soon.
Take care.
Yes, sir. And for all the rest of you, including a nice unexpected visit from my friend Unclean Hands, thank you for all stopping by for episode 232 of Wednesday Afternoon Live with me, the SaleenDriver. Entertaining as always. We'll do it again next week for episode 233. Hope you guys have a good rest of the week. Good luck with your teams, as long as your team doesn't interfere with mine, and unless you're a USF fan, you won't. And if you're an FSU fan, I hope your team loses. The earth opens up and swallows them whole and kills every one of them. No, I'm kidding, of course, sort of. maybe. Enjoy the games. Good luck to your teams. I'm hopeful that my team will win a game because wins are not going to come very often for my Gators, sorry to say. So we'll take all we can get. We'll see you again real soon. Peace.